This is Greek philosopher Thucydides' book, The History of the Peloponnesian War, and in this book he said that when the hegemony of an established power is threatened or is challenged by an emerging power, the clash between those two states or those two powers is unavoidable. And this book is written by the American political writer Graham Allison, and his main focus was on the point that can America and China escape this Thucydides trap in Indo-Pacific and at a global level. And the topic under discussion today is Indo-Pacific region, the politics going on in Indo-Pacific region. And in our first video, we have covered that what areas are termed as Indo-Pacific region, why this area is so important, and what are the important features of Indian Ocean, and what is the importance of Pacific Ocean in global politics. Now we are going to discuss the competition, the disputes and issues going on in Indian Ocean. So basically a tug of war between the US along its allies on one side and the China along with her allies on the other side is going on. And these countries are competing with one another in order to establish their own hegemony and their own influence in this region. So our main focus is Indian Ocean. Now, if we talk about the competition going on in Indian Ocean, first of all, we are going to see that what politics of ports is going on in Indian Ocean. Basically, three countries, India, China and the US. These three powers are involved in this competition, and each one of them is trying to supersede the naval presence of each other. So when we talk about China, this is the report given in The Diplomat that talks about China's maritime quest in Indian Ocean region. And according to this article, China is trying to increase her naval presence in Indian Ocean region, and China is investing heavily. And China is enjoying an influence over the ports of these countries that include Malaysia, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and here it's Djibouti. So basically China has managed to enjoy a full influence over these ports, and over the year China has managed to increase its maritime footprint in these littoral South Asian states. If we look at this picture, we realize that how beautifully China has planned to enjoy a strong hegemonic influence in Indian Ocean region. So basically India and America, they accused China of building naval bases under the umbrella of this economic cooperation. There is no doubt that China for sure denies these claims, but India and US has termed this port policy as string of pearls policy. And this is how they say that China is trying to build naval bases here in the name of economic cooperation or in the name of ports here. In response to this policy, according to this article published in Asia Times, India is working on her own strategy in response to string of pearls strategy, that is necklace of diamonds strategy. Now what India is doing, India is basically enjoying an influence in the ports of Mauritius, Seychelles, Madagascar, Oman and Iran, and Maldives as well. So basically India is working on these ports, and US is also struggling hard to enhance her influence in Indian Ocean region in order to reduce Chinese hegemony in this region. So these are the areas where US ports are located, US naval bases are located, and US Navy is working here. So here it is Singapore, then here is Diego Garcia, here is Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain and Qatar. So this is Diego Garcia port, and importance of this port is that from here Iran and other regional powers can be monitored easily. So this port is crucial for US. So collectively this is how the ports politics in Indian Ocean is going on. In addition to these ports politics, these countries also conduct naval exercises. For example, according to this article published in Center for Strategic and International Studies, India conducted naval exercise named Milan in 2018 with 16 other regional states. And in 2015, Malabar naval exercise, that was a bilateral naval exercise between US Navy and Indian Navy, was conducted in Indian Ocean region as well. In response to these naval exercises, Pakistan and China, according to these articles published in Defense News and The Nation, these both countries conducted a joint naval exercise named as Sea Guardian 2020. The basic purpose of this naval exercise was to enhance the naval capabilities. In response to this, according to Hindustan Times, India conducted a naval exercise with US Navy that was named as PASIX near Andaman and Nicobar Island. Now, in addition to this competition going on in Indian Ocean region, other important issues include Kashmir issue, the most important one. The most important dispute going on in Indian Ocean region currently is Kashmir dispute. Now, some people call it Kashmir issue, but this should be clearly understood. This is not an issue. You have to use the word Kashmir dispute for this, because here violation of law is involved. And Kashmir is a nuclear flashpoint. It means that Kashmir is the only disputed territory in the world that is surrounded by 3 nuclear powers. So other important issues are US-Iran tensions, then the tensions between Iran and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the border tensions between India and China in Ladakh region on the line of actual control. Then of course the India and Pakistan's rivalry and nuclear arms race going on in Indian Ocean region. As Noam Chomsky in his book Who Rules the World has written that nuclear proliferation gives us balance of terror, and balance of terror is itself a terror. So this nuclear arms race is growing day by day, and this is a major issue and an important one. So this needs to be resolved, and these countries are just focusing to enhance these issues day by day. So I hope your concept about the cooperation, the issues, the disputes going on in Indian Ocean are clear now. In our next video, we will be doing the competition, the conflicts, the issues going on in Pacific Ocean, specifically focusing on the issues and the disputes going on in South China Sea. And then we will be doing, once we are done with these competitions and issues and disputes going on in Indo-Pacific region, we will be doing the cooperation, the alliances and the partnerships that are being made or that were made in the past in order to counter each other's influence, especially focusing on China-Pakistan's partnership and then on India and US partnership. And of course, we'll be seeing the role of other regional states in Indo-Pacific's politics. But for now, this is all.